Yeah, that's gonna be enough light. Heck yeah. Day. Let's just remove the oh gosh. Mushroom dance. Mushroom dance. Let's just clear up some chakras real quick. Some of you out here with clogged chakras for fun. Don't do that. I got you. Let the mycelium network soothe you, my dude. Is this doing anything for you? Let me put this down. Let me stop. For the ASMR heads, get me. Let me get a little serious. You know, we do also have the option to ask the mushrooms what's going on. Okay. Mushroom deck. Mushroom deck. Where are you at? Let's see what the mushrooms have to say about the state of the world. Oh, I found it. What is it in here? This box feels empty. It's not. Perfect. Look at this flashing green light out of orbit. We'll tap into the mycelium network. See what's going down. Maybe someone likes mushrooms. That's cool. Huh? Yeah, someone likes mushrooms. Okay. Welcome to the Woo Woo Spooky Network. Well, after 5 minutes of rigmarole, if you're still hanging out here, you should drink some water. Water check time. Gotcha. Gotcha. I got you. Drink water. It's good for you. I promise. I promise. It's good for you. Ooh, it's good for your heart. Drink water. Who's not drinking water? Stop. Please. Hydration is important. It's not. Big water isn't scheming on you. Unless it's Dasani. Big water is not scheming on you. Anyway, let me go ahead and, you know, since you're chilling and I'm chilling and I'm chilling and you're chilling in this goofiness, why don't you just sit down and let me do a reading for you? Okay? Okay. Let me go ahead and dust this space, clear it off, get rid of old stale energies that aren't necessarily good, not necessarily bad, just in the way. Let me get this 3 of Swords out here. I see someone. I feel you. There you go. You got the star instead. Take that. I feel you freaking out a little bit. It's fine. So, now that this... I love that. That's not embarrassing. Anyway. Someone's been getting some interesting sleep. So, I'm going to go ahead and open this space up for channels. I'm going to connect me to this space. I'm going to connect the mirror I scry with as well as the flame to this space. Some fiery energy coming through. Very nice. And then I'm going to connect you to this space. Delicious. And don't worry about tethers and stuff. I always make sure to disconnect us at the end of this. I'm also not down for a bunch of holds. So, let me go ahead, welcome you to the tent. A place for people who enjoy hanging out in the betwixt and the between. You know, we sit, we chill, we look into the void, and we scry for funsies, of course, because life is serious enough. So let's ask some silly questions, because in that we often get some very serious things. That fire energy I was telling you about. We're not doing reversals and well, okay, fine. 1, a 2, ooh, a 3. Okay, that is in reverse. That's fine. So my little 1, 2, 3 is if a card really wants to be in reverse, it will do it 3 times. It has to do it 3 times in a row. And so if the second time it had flipped upright, or if the third time it had flipped upright, we'd have taken it as upright. Just a little bit of emphasis into it. We have the 3 of Cups and the Ace, not the Ace. Ooh, someone did get a spark of inspiration. And the Page of Wands. Someone's received some information that hasn't really put them in a celebratory mood. Climbing wax is important. I wonder what that is. Well, can you tell me more about this 3 of Cups? The World. Hearing you're seeing the forest for the trees, the things that used to bring you joy no longer do that, and it's not negative. I want to say the word derogatory. I'm not even sure if that's the right way to use that. My grammar warriors, drop in the comments if that's true. There's a growth, there's a change, there's a new path that you found. And you're not finding joy where you used to find joy, but it's not giving me bad vibes. It's giving me you've come to balance with yourself, and in coming into balance with yourself, I want to say past paradigms, but no, the past things that you would celebrate with, like, oh, this is like Kiki's, giggles, the hangouts, they don't stimulate you anymore. You've completed that cycle. You're closing that out. Because remember, the world is completion of cycles and endings. And slow and steady wins the race. Maybe someone's spirit animal is a turtle. Maybe you like turtles. Maybe your name is Turtle. First, last. There are some people whose last name is Turtle. First, last. Maybe your nickname is Turtle. Maybe you know a turtle. Maybe these streets know you as Turtle. You could be a cook with a line cook with tats. That's cool. Page of Cups. Why are cards in reverse in here? 8 of Cups. See? Okay, that page wants to be there. No, we're not doing that. Stop it. But I will show you, since I wanted to peek out, this 8 of Cups and this 5 of Swords. You've had to fight some battles. You've had to leave some things behind. But your balance is incoming. In the Chariot, if you've been here for a little bit, I'll talk about how the Chariot is a rider leaving a city for new prospects, new land. They're not leaving the city to go visit somewhere else. They're leaving the city to find a new leaf on life, to find a new place, a new calling. Vroom, vroom, in me car. Get out me car. Oh, someone likes old vines. That's cool. Okay. Ooh. That was a little preview. I think that was first one. Oh, so sorry. Usually I'd go ahead and drop a sigil right here, but I think that I'm going to do the sigil later, and if I do the sigil later, I'll put it in here. Let me get you a quick sigil in. Haha! We'll do a sigil. We won't put anything under it. Okay. Perfect. Guide me. Make sure. Guide me. Oh, cool beans. So that's your sigil. Let me get your numbers on here. Perfecto. And let me try it, guys. I'm real sorry. I know that I don't be putting, I know that I be missing it. Perfect. Here you go. Here's your, I'm going to turn it. Perfect. Here you go. Here's your sigil. Oh gosh, there's just a big shadow in the way. Well, here's your sigil. Yeah, you can see that a little better. Here's your sigil. Go ahead, look at that, glean it. Maybe I'll remember to shove this in the beginning where it's supposed to go. Let this guide you, let this ground you. A reminder, I auto draw these, so I have no rhyme or reason to any line, swoop I do or do not make, or any white space I do or do not leave, or even the marker I choose to use. If you want, we can ponder about this together. If you've got any ideas, leave it in the comments, chat with each other about it. I'll chat with you too. Because you know what? If anything, you know more about the sigil than I do. Because if this is your sigil, then this is your reading. Okay, for fun, what card did I put under that? Cold. Left out in the cold. That's going to be relevant. I've already finished the reading, as you know. That card is just going to be relevant. Here, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Boom. But anyway, I'm going to zip it back to future me. Or past me. Yeah, past me, who's doing her weird little thing. And yeah. But if I don't do that, there won't be a sigil. And instead, be a little apology here. Nice. Dear gosh. Thank you guys for stopping by the tent and letting me be goofy and letting me have a time. So this is really just a little, what do you need to know? I kind of want to tap into the Mycelium network. Maybe someone likes mushrooms. Someone's a big mushroom fan around here. Okay. So let's just go ahead. And oh, great. Listen, you're watching a tarot reading. Let it get a little silly. This is entertainment, but also entertainment that could change your life. Who knows? Ooh, lady on internet. Let me stop. Okay. I've been feeling good these last few days. Can you tell that I haven't really gotten to do any interaction with people? Maybe you've had low levels of interaction, either self-imposed or not. May that be well. Okay. Oh, great Mycelium network. Here, we'll bring this mushroom up here. What would you like to share with my lovely guests? What is it that they need to know to go forth? And we are not taking reversals. We're going to take uprights. I think I just shoved these all back in the deck, and that's why they're reversals. Actually, maybe someone really wants reversals. Okay, I'll do reversals today. I'll do my little flip thing, but I'll do reversals today. This card come flying out. That's you. And that's back. You have celebrations incoming that you know about. You might not know the magnitude of it, and you might not know the time that it is going to happen. Someone likes dice, because I'm... Ooh. Sorry. Did not mean to move you guys like that. I guess you'll just be like this. Maybe you're tweaking stuff, you're moving things. You're moving things unexpectedly. Oh, here are my rings. Things that maybe you've put off to the side. Not necessarily for bad reasons or good reasons, just because. 3. 3s pop up for you. 3 is community is together. I'm seeing a triangle, triforce Someone's a Zelda fan. There's a lot of reversed cards. I can see my mirror that I scry with over here, so sometimes when I split the deck, I can see the cards. So you have the Fool over here, and then you also have the Devil. A Brave New World pops up. You're going to new lands. You've studied, you've looked, you've thought about it, and now you're at the step of where you physically move to it. I think that your first shift was your mindset shifting, that Page of Wands that came out earlier, that spark, that rejuvenation, that motivated action, that gentle motivated ooh, and it's back. Dear gosh. I can't wait to look on the camera to see how that happened. You went down to a place where there was lack, there was scarcity, and in that lack and scarcity was where you found your inspiration. And this lack and scarcity, while this is the Five of Pentacles, while that's usually a lot of people look at that and just go monetary, this is just very physical, very obvious. Some of you, trigger warning, some of you, actual bits of depression. Alexa, stop. Maybe someone has a rogue digital assistant that's just going off. Maybe your timer keeps going off. Please attend to that timer. If you set that timer, oh, that's my timer for food. BRB. And I'm back. That was, in fact, my timer to tell me food was done. So yeah, maybe if your like timer, your alarm's going off, let's not ignore that. Let's look at why the timer's going off. Or maybe you're watching me while you're eating. Hi. Hope the food's... Why are cards flipping around? Yay. Okay. 10 of baskets. 10 of cups. Look at you. Joy, prosperity. This is the long game. That's the long game, baby. That's you're waiting for that wheel to turn. And you've prepared yourself. Muck and Mire keeps popping up. Somebody talk like that. It's not even so much you pulled yourself from the muck and mire. For some of you, I'm saying like it was a gentle walk away. It's something that the most effort that you had to put into leaving the situation was the mental side of it. You could have physically walked out at any point. There is no door. And if there is a door, there is no locks. It was like escape room rules. Yes, solving this escape room is great, but you could also just walk out at any point. The escape room is a game. Oh, excuse me. Maybe there's someone who enjoys escape rooms. Yeah. 6 of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. I'm seeing this isn't only you seeing that 6 of Cups. This is you actually tasting it, enjoying it, indulging in it. But you've realized that in finding these new cups, those old cups that you used to enjoy and bask in and toast with others, you're realizing that maybe you were never really a whiskey kind of girl. Maybe it was always bourbon for you. And because they're both dark liquors and come in sometimes similar-ish bottles, the people who are really into alcohol, don't get on me. I just know whiskey and bourbon are different. If I taste it, I can tell. Outside of that, don't get me started. But you learned that, yeah, I liked one and I could enjoy it, and yeah, I could sit and sip on that, but this bourbon is what I really want. This nice smoky, I'm hearing a nice smoky burn. People really enjoy a barrel taste. Don't get me started lying. So maybe someone's really into alcohol. That's cool. Wine, liquors, beers, different types, like the recreational, not so much the down in the dumps. Can I get $1 for a 40? There are some of you who do enjoy a good 40 though, so not even mad. A nice Modelo in a glass bottle. Ooh. But no. You found your spark in a place that wasn't nurturing it. And it's not that it wasn't nurturing it as in it was attempting to stifle you. It didn't have the ability to nurture. So it's kind of like, hey, this plant needs this special plant food to live. And the only reason the plant wasn't getting that specific type of plant food is just because it simply was not available. Like Australia is coming to mind. You can only ship in, because it's a very delicate ecosystem, you can only ship in certain types of organic materials. And in that, there's potentially a substrate that maybe you cannot ship. It's on the no ship list to Australia. And because of that, yes, maybe the plant can grow, but the plant won't grow to its fullest potential simply because, like, not because you don't want to give it the substrate, not that you're purposefully denying it, it simply cannot exist here. So maybe you decide, well, I guess I'll just ship this plant somewhere else. And when you ship that plant somewhere else, when you move it, then while the plant maybe originally was thriving and doing great, you move it to this new spot, and suddenly you didn't know that this plant bloomed. You're like, oh, I did not know that this was a blooming plant. Oh, I didn't know this plant bore fruit. It's because it was never in a condition, in an environment to where it was receiving the proper types of stimuli and nutrients. It had enough to live, it had enough to survive, and it even had enough to, like, even enjoy itself, not even like struggle, but it didn't have enough to reach its fullest potential. The Mycelium network. Knight of Pentacles to King of Pentacles. That's coffers. That's resources. That's allocation of resources as well. Maybe you're better allocating your resources, or maybe you're going to places that actually have the resources you need. Sometimes the resources just, I'm here, some of you just want to live in a walkable city. Others of you, that's not really a thing you care about. There's some of you who really like biking. I'm seeing dirt roads, just country. Others, I'm seeing large cities, trains, buses, your own car, just different things that while you didn't need it to live, you didn't need it to survive, you were doing just fine. And if you look back, genuinely, there's no like, oh, I was tricking myself and I knew I needed this. No, it was a situation of, I could have gone the rest of my, like, for instance, if you live in a large city your whole life, having a driver's license, not necessarily something you absolutely needed. And let's just say one day you just decide, when I was a kid, the driver's tests were free. I don't think they're that anymore. But one day you're like, you know what? I got a few dollars. Let me go ahead and get this. There's nothing wrong with getting a new licensure and stuff like that. And then you go get that license and you kind of just sit on it, not in a negative way, but I live in the city. I take the bus, subway, whatever. And now I'm seeing sort of like you go on vacation, you go somewhere. Now you're like, oh, wait, I can rent a car. Now I can actually rent a car and I can do things. There are things that are now unlocked to you that having no license, or not being able, not even not having a license, not being able to drive, period. You now have things unlocked for you. Huh. Someone's a gamer. Drop your console of choice in the description. My favorite console is the PS2. And no, that's not just for nostalgia. It was a superior console. You could play games and Blu-rays in it. Tekken has never looked sweeter. Maybe someone was a reptile main, or a Rex. His name's Rex. Because there's two. Rex is the alternate skin. Rex is a boxing, he's a boxing dinosaur. Don't get on me what kind of dinosaur he is. If you know, let us know. Could not tell you. But he's the alternate skin for a boxing kangaroo, who I feel like it's Jack, but I could also get it mixed up with Kangaroo Jack. Who's to say? Page of Pentacles. Huh. Knight, King, Page. Privy to new information, new things. Truffle pigs really come to mind. Maybe you like truffles. This is a very gentle one. Still a phoenix rising, but this is very gentle. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, having what you need, being satisfied. Because the 10 of Cups is like a larger, greater collective where it's being satisfied, you know, with the things that not only involve you but other people. So like a lot of people look at this card and like, oh yeah, that's like the family, that's the happy family card. This is the happy single person card. So like the 10 of Pentacles would be the rich longevity of like a family, a legacy, and the 9 of Pentacles would be the richness and solidness of a single individual. So in this case, this is you and yourself coming into emotional fulfillment. You are in a position where you're like, my wishes are being granted. Yeah, it might be a little slow. We literally have the 3 Men of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's going to be a little slow, but it doesn't mean that in that slowness, I'm going to be sitting and destitute. It doesn't mean in that slowness, I will not be satisfied. Some of you have learned to find satisfaction in slowing down. You slowing down has helped you realize what is actually fulfilling you, what's actually sustaining you. I'm hearing some of you, you know, when you eat, you know, the people who just like, just shovel it all down, and you genuinely ask yourself like, oh, did you even taste that? Do you even know when you're full? You know, a lot of people, they sit at the table and they eat like a whole bunch of like, oh, I'm just suddenly really full. It's because you didn't give your stomach a second to process that it had eaten something. Because remember, your body, like the mycelium network, your neural network also works the same. And the muscles in your stomach that are stretching, because remember, by the way, so degree on the table. Little fun science fact that's really cool. Make a fist out of your hand, like ball it up, do this. This is the size that your stomach should be unstretched. Your stomach is a muscle that stretches, and your stomach should be able to stretch to like twice this. In fact, some people's stomachs are permanently stretched. So this, at least for me, this is Oracle's fist. Your fist is different. It's your fist is your fist. But so this is the size of your stomach unstretched. Now, when you eat and you put food in that, like I guess Oracle's eating frogs. When I eat and I put food in that, it doesn't immediately tell my brain, hey, there's stuff in here. We're full. If I do this, it's like doop, 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 chilling. And then if I keep going, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll know when I'm full. I haven't given the muscles time to process all the stuff I'm throwing into it. That, and then we're going to do this because also I'm going to drink a Dr. Pepper. You know I'm going to drink a Dr. Pepper. And so now it's like this. And I'm still just sitting like, and this is like, we'll say this is 10 minutes into the meal. Now your stomach's like this. We're accounting for the water. Your brain still has only just gotten the initial signals about this first frog dropping in. Maybe even the second frog. So, where was I going with that? Your body's a system. And you have to give it time for things to process. And some of you have figured that out. Oh, okay, that's where I was going. You've figured out that giving yourself time to process something, to slow down, if I don't have to go too long. Now, if you're in a situation where someone is going to snatch the food from in front of you, first of all, fascinating. Maybe some of you are in the military or have been in the military where you've learned that you have to eat what you can in a certain specific set of time. But if you're not in that type of situation, there's no need to do that. You actually hurt yourself more. And I think that can translate into a multitude of things. Let's see what else you have. Okay, I did say I'd do the thing. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Fight me in the comments about it. Please don't. Please don't. Let's be civil in chat. Ace of Wands, this is that inspiration. This is that spark. I heard that's you getting a grip on things. Ooh. Someone maybe has has a bit more vulgar or spicy kind of talk. Maybe you are a little hard on yourself. The The Sun. No, we're just not gonna take that in reverse. Come on, man. Two. Oh, and it flipped over. The Sun. Your flame, your torch has been ignited. You have learned new things about yourself. And I can't go back. I simply cannot go back. You don't find joy in that space anymore because you've learned what true joy is, and you've learned that, like, I want to say 64 Zoo Lane. You've learned that true joy isn't on 67 Zoo Lane, it's on 64 Zoo Lane. It's on the same street, but you were occupying the wrong house. You were not in the right place in your network. And now that you found it, and not only did you find it, you found it in a way that it was so easy, is what I'm hearing. It was so easy, it was so simple, it was literally over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. Oh, some of you, maybe it was finding a friend. Maybe some of you, it was looking at old advice that you had given to someone, or maybe you'd given someone else. And heck, maybe you were watching Tarzan or playing Kingdom Hearts, or like something else, like maybe watching an old episode of House of Mouse, and something clicked. There's nothing wrong with things clicking from chill media. I'm gonna get you one more card from this deck, and then we will do a personal. What's our time? Ooh, 639. Make a wish. Take a chance. And break away. The breaking away was easier than it seemed. And yay, good job for, I'm not getting a lot of resistance from it. I am getting the usual caution of, okay, let me make sure that this wasn't easy because it's not right. Because the other thing was easy. I was able to enjoy it. I was able to bask in it. And at least what I thought was thriving. Not even what you thought was thriving. You genuinely were thriving. You grew in that place. You just didn't know that that place had a cap. You were in the greenhouse. And that was nice because before you were in the greenhouse, you were on the windowsill of some college kid who picked you up. You're in the windowsill of a college kid who picked you up at a plant fair as a prize. And they watered you and you lived and stuff. It wasn't that amazing, but then when you finally went home and like maybe their mom or their sister, someone in their life who actually was into plants saw you, they took you and moved you into the greenhouse. And you're like, yay, this is great. I'm in the greenhouse. But like the climate's not quite right. Like you weren't a plant that they were prepared for. They were prepared for plants. They weren't necessarily prepared for you. A lot of pentacles. Ooh, the Hierophant. Traditions. Yeah, you're non-traditional. This one might. Okay. Saucy. You're learning new traditions. You're alchemize. I'm sorry, I'll use alchemize till I die. Don't play a drinking game using how many times Oracle will say alchemize. Sometimes you'll be fine. Other times you're gonna be on the floor. Use blue ribbon if you do. Like, don't play a drinking game using what words Oracle says on the good stuff. Pull out your blue ribbon. I was gonna say pull out your PBR, but I was just gonna say the same thing twice. Anyway. This is nice. It's very calm. It's very chill. You have slowed down. And in your slowing down, you've learned more about your potential. You've been able to look at the hardships that have come to you and grab the full lesson from it. Not just the, okay, this is what I have to do next. This, okay, did that, next. No. You stopped and you went, okay, I did that. Okay, well, there's no rush right now. I don't have to make an immediate decision. Let me take this wisdom that I have garnered and move well with it. Ooh, and then that Ace of Pentacles. You got a lot of good news coming up. You'll have amazing things for you. This red ribbon or this red cloth that this truffle is sitting on, is putting me to mind of the red cloth that is also in the sun. Red is also a color for you. I guess it makes sense because we have a lot of pinnacle suits, so there would be like a continuation of red, but this Hierophant also has a lovely red to it. The Mycelium network sees you. I want to say incoming communication. There is a quickness though. There's no stagnance here. So for anyone who's like, oh yeah, I want to take my time, but I don't want to like be too slow. I don't want to be like slow turtle myrtle. Maybe people have called you a turtle in your life. Maybe you slowing down, you've always not been too quick to do things, which not necessarily a bad thing. But maybe you didn't take it, you realize you didn't go as slow as you could. I'm not really sure what that means, but if that's for you, you know. Sweet. Let's pull some oracles cards. I'm just gonna get, I like to grab enough of these to shuffle. Perfect. And reminder for everybody, now remember, we got this whole thing of personal cards, right? Right. Out of all these cards, only 22 of them are traditional tarot cards, which are the major arcana. Let's see how many major arcana pop up, even though we just had a whole oracle deck. And I think, how many majors do you have? You have 2 here. That's nice. You have 2, bunch of face cards. Okay. What does the Mycelium Network wish to add to my lovely, lovely guest who is learning that they have more ability to grow? Not that they have more growing that they need to do. I'm being guided to very specifically say that. Not that this is not a call for you to go out and do more growing and do more soul searching. This is an acknowledgement of what you are already doing. This is, you are doing the soul searching. You are doing the growth, but you are doing the growth at a rate that is, I'm not going to say applicable, at a rate that is best for you. I was going to say alchemized again. I got to stop that. Someone's going to play the drinking game one day. Hello, why are you flipped over? The Scorpio always try to drag my eye. Maybe you have a Pluto in Scorpio. Maybe you are a Scorpio generation. There's a lot of Scorpio here, a lot of transformation, a lot of moving, a lot of change. But transformation is not always intense. Transformation is not always the Tower. Transformation can be over time. Remember, butterflies do not simply become butterflies overnight. Dragonflies are nymphs for a long time before they become adults. Mayflies, while their adulthood is short, they live for a long time as a baby, is the apex, growing and learning and being who they are before they leave the before they leave their wild days of youth. What's at the bottom of this? Fly. E-P-I-K, fly. Huh, maybe someone likes rap. That's fun. You are fly. Oh, and then we have this 8 of Wands here. Elevation, moving. Someone's on trend. Maybe you're finding new trends that you enjoy. Maybe you're putting down trends. I see down the rabbit hole. That's down the rabbit hole. You're exploring, you're going forward. We've got another clock, another alluding to the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of transformation. Owl, wisdom. You're so smart. Who, maybe you ask a lot of questions. Who am I? Who are you? Maybe you like that meme where it's like, ow. One of my favorite ones. This is my interpretation of a black owl when someone says, I'm gonna hit everybody in this room. Who? Thank you. Guys, study to show thyself approved. What happened to that? I think that's a part of your growth. Because I'm hearing some of you, like, you enjoy conversation, you enjoy chatting. Oh, my underarms are getting a little itchy. Okay, some of you are not into doing that with strangers, but you do enjoy having, like, deep conversations in think tanks and stuff. Some of you are typing. Some of you enjoy Discord. That's cool. Kick? Ah, Kick is still a thing? I don't know that. Maybe you used to really be into Kick, or maybe you are currently into Kick. Could not tell you. Your life, you're living it. But I think that maybe you're realizing that the other people around you are rooted in a way that your roots have never been able to take. And you've only realized that because you've come into this persistent page of wands that will not go away. So maybe these thoughts have come to you before and you're just like, let me just push that to the side for a little bit. I'm here specifically, I'm being a hater. Like, maybe the way the thoughts came up when they were originally coming to you, you're like, I'm being a hater, I'm being awful. These are not bad people. And I agree. These are not bad people. Just because you no longer connect with someone on a, like, personable level does not necessarily mean that that they've become a bad person or you've become a bad person. There's some growth that has happened that is unequal. And again, not saying one side's better than the other, but if both, like on a car, I'm not putting a go-kart tire on my semi-truck, and I'm not putting my semi-truck tire on my go-kart. Both are wonderful tires and do great jobs, but they are not made to intermingle. And it's not because one is superior than the other. They both have their merits for their various tasks that they are set forth to do. They are simply not made to do their tasks in tandem. That Lovers harkens back to that Lovers yin yang balance. You're looking for balance. Maybe there's some of you where you're realizing that maybe you were hanging out with some lames and you didn't quite realize it. And that's why you're not quite getting along. Like, that's that gossiping section where, listen, I love a Kiki as much as anybody. But there's one version of it where we're sitting and we're actually getting information and we're gleaning and we're learning about each other. And there's other things where we're putting someone else down just so we feel better. And that's not chill. Taking L's. Some of you took the L and left. I always say charging it to the game. Some of you will realize you are hanging out with losers. In the shape of a L on her forehead. A lot of green here too. Maybe someone like Shrek. Bouncy house. You're finding fun. You're finding your balance. What was I saying? And you're learning to have fun. A part of the slowdown isn't even necessarily you're doing things slower nowadays. The slowdown can just be oh wait, I have this energy, and instead of just using it all and being like, well, I have enough to do this, you better allocate it. You're like, wait a minute, I have all this energy. Why does all this energy have to be used being boring? Where's the fun? Where's the pizzazz? Thorn in your side. You know, sometimes learning things that suck are better for, and then there's that 3 again. It's better for you in the future. Because some of you, you're like, no, I like these people and I enjoy my time with them, and you know, all the memories are great. Thank you guys for the memories. Oh, I forget the next line of that is thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. But in this case, it's not even though they weren't so great. It was they were amazing. Why am I being the fogey? You're not being the fogey. You've just grown and you can't help it. Once it's happened, it happened. You tried to, once you came out of the cocoon with them butterfly wings, you can't just push them down. Like, the wings are still there. Yeah, you can choose to not use them. Yeah, you can choose to cover them up, wear a cape, like, oh, someone's an X-Men fan. Like Angel from the X-Men, where he'll wear the trench coat. But at the end of the day, he still has those 2 huge wings. Just because you don't use them, they don't go away. Yes, they atrophy. Like, that's all you can do. Like, you can hurt and cripple and limit yourself. But that doesn't stop the fact that you have those wings. We'll put her here. Oh, I'm remembering frog. These are animals that do like very intense stages. It's like, you know, frog, tadpole stage, that in between stage where they have leg. I don't know if that's still. I'm not that type of scientist. Where they have legs and stuff, and then the actual frog that we get to. Huh. Maybe you identify with animals that go through transformative life stages. Very cool. Swan. And then that's deep diving. Let me put the down in a delta. Come out. Swans. Deep diving. Going to the depths of emotion. This is also a card of like balance, because this is a card of the lovers. So also finding that balance, finding that true other piece. Swan's mate for life. If you take that in the non-romantic way, it's the finding the other part of you that brings you balance, that brings you joy, that you want. Is it progenerate? I don't know, to procreate and do all the stuff, something you'd protect. Diving deep. Ugly duck. The story of the ugly duckling comes through. One more, and then we'll wrap this up. Medicate. Some of you, that timer going off was a medication timer. Please take your medication. Please remember that that timer is a medication timer. I don't know why I pulled another card. Anyway, this is what the Mycelium Network wanted to bring to your attention. I don't even think bring to your attention. They just wanted to be like, hey, since you're checking in by the tent anyway, and the mushrooms are here. We're just here to say we see you slowing down. Good job. Taking that good inventory, learning how to allocate your energy. Yeah, it sucks that you're realizing that you don't quite fit into the space that some of you potentially thought was where you were going to be for the next like 5 to 10 years. But it is what it is. And your growth is inevitable, and you've already grown. There's no backtracking. The frog cannot go back to being a tadpole. This ain't a jellyfish. Maybe someone's into biology. Maybe someone likes ecology. Someone likes animals. That's cool. Whew. Okay. Now I'm gonna close this out for real. Anyway, thank you for joining me here at the tent. Lovely day to be at the circus as always. Remember, the Mycelium Network is here for you in a vibe. If no one's told you yet today, I love you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Let me break our connection real quick. Little pop, little pop. And may you all be well. Bye. I hope that made sense to somebody. All I can do is deliver the message. Isn't that right, little messenger cards? Oh, he just has no pants on. That boy some pants. How you from the suit of money and can't get a boy some pants? Get that boy some pants.